Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Chad, and this week... And actually, this week is gonna get a lot weirder than that, so strap in. If you're a longtime subscriber to my channel, you're probably a fan of anime and Japanese culture, but we haven't explored a certain field yet. Horror. Horror films have been a staple in Japanese culture since the 1920s, more or less since its inception. So this week, my top 4 messed up Japanese horror films. Let's do it. Number 4, Pulse. Pulse, also known as Kairo, is a 2001 cult classic with a despairing plot. The movie basically follows a couple friends from uni who, after a string of friend suicides, kind of band together as their family and friends start dying or kind of falling away, trying to figure out what the source of all this is, but it turns out that it's not just an isolated incident, it's all over the world. So throughout the movie, it just becomes more and more dystopian as the world starts to thin out, but beyond the world thinning out, it is now inhabited by the spirits of the people that killed themselves. The movie isn't particularly gory at all. It uses incredible writing, an incredible plot and theme, great videography and lighting to really amp up the suspense and the fear. Now this movie really hits home with a lot of Japanese viewers because of the high suicide rate Japan's had for the last 15-something years. But Japanese or not, this is a really gut-wrenching, psychological, suspenseful movie that anyone who is a fan of J-films or J-horror would love to watch. Number 3, The Audition. Now this is one of those movies that has a US remake. It's from 1999 and it also was a cult classic. This movie is about a recent widower whose friend sets him up with a bunch of auditions for women to pick out a new wife. The thing is, the one that he likes turns out to very much not be at all how he anticipated. I can't necessarily say any more without giving minor spoilers away, but let's just say this is the original 50 Shades of Grey. Number 2, Mare Bito. A 2004 classic horror film, this ensured an upset stomach for anybody who decided to watch it. The story is about a freelance cameraman who, after seeing a guy stab himself in the eye with a knife, becomes obsessed with fear and decides to go into the Tokyo subways going after spirits. What he doesn't realize is he kind of bit off more than he can chew because he found a naked girl chained to a cave enclave in this back alley of the subways. Fascinated by her, he called her F and took her home with him. Throughout the rest of the movie, he has cameras placed on her and he watches her full time but realizes that she doesn't eat normally. In fact, she drinks blood. And so this cameraman essentially becomes a serial killer in order to nurse F. Yeah, screw that noise. Moral of the story, don't go to the Tokyo subways and unlock a naked girl chained to some rocks. Now, number 1 messed with me the worst. This one is Suicide Circle. This movie was released in 2002 following a year total of over 30,000 teen suicides. So needless to say, suicide was fresh on the minds of the people watching this movie. The plot of the story is mass teen suicides happening for no apparent reason. A couple of the sousant scenes are 54 high school girls holding hands and jumping into a subway track, as well as a group of teenagers pressuring another girl on a rooftop to jump. All apparently for no reason. In the movie, they're all happy, they're not depressed, they're not... Well, I can't say they don't have mental illness, but yeah. It's a great social commentary, not just on suicide, but on group hive mind and social conformity. I won't say any more because this is one I really do recommend to anyone that asks me about J-horror films. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Why don't you guys tell me what are your favorite Japanese horror films in the comments down below. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you guys enjoyed it. I put out content involving Japan, Japanese culture, anime, manga, how-tos, language tutorials every Wednesday or Thursday if you are in Japan. I also translate songs and music and other various things, so if you guys have something you want me to translate, be sure to tell me in the comments down below. Also, finishing off with some channel news, I actually bought a new microphone, so maybe that's why my voice sounds so sultry. I also have a few collabs coming up. I can't really say much about them, but I'm really excited for them, and if you guys want to collab, I am always happy to share this dungeon of shame with you. But yeah, that about wraps up this video. I'll see you guys next week.